Ryan Kennard here, and welcome aboard to another edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. So I thought this time we'd take a look at another film. We're taking a look at a dramedy released in 1999, another film from one of my favorite funny men, Jim Carrey, as he takes on the role of Andy Kaufman in 1999's Man on the Moon. The Man on the Moon, I'm getting tongue-tied there, but Man on the Moon was a film directed by the great director, the late great Milos Forman. Man on the Moon is a biopic about Andy Kaufman. For those that know about Andy Kaufman was a improv guy. He was an improv comedian. He done these dry humor. He at times he'll sort of speak that sort of, I don't know if it sounds like an alien, that thank you everybody, that kind of voice. I'm not going to do it the whole way through, but Man on the Moon focused more on his life, from rising up from doing improv, to him getting a job on Saturday Night Live, to him laying the role, probably his most famous role, Laka, from the 1970s series Taxi. But it basically starts out him as a young man. He really didn't have that much of a childhood. He basically just was by himself most of the time, and his parents just told him, "You're supposed to be a kid. Go out there and do something." So he would do comedy. So that's early in the film. It's 20 seconds in. Then eventually we get to him as a comedy guy who's trying to work, not really work odd jobs, but basically he meets up with a manager played by Danny DeVito. I forget who he plays as. He just plays his manager, but he's really good in this. Though, funny fact, DeVito actually worked with the real Andy Kaufman on Taxi, submitted for the film. So we go from Saturday Night Live, then we jump to 1970s. Most of the film takes place in the 80s. So, yeah. Then he realized he's not into sitcoms, but he tells him, "You gotta take this job." Interesting enough, we get a mini Taxi reunion. We get the likes of Judd Hirsch appears in the film, Christopher Lloyd, Carol Kane, and Jeff Conway? That's my only problem. Jeff Conway, I think it's Conway or Corey, something like that, should not be in the film because he looks really... I don't want to say his health was deteriorating at the time this was made. So, all the cast look about the same. So, DeVito talks to the ABC exec, played by Vincent Schiavelli. 90s kids and Hey Arnold fans recognize him as the voice of Pigeon Man, and he was Mr. Bailey in the Hey Arnold Christmas special. Well, he plays the ABC exec, and his manager says, "Take the job." On a sitcom called Taxi, sitcoms? I don't like sitcoms. So he said, "If I'll do this, will you do my comedy special?" But the ABC manager was like, "No, we can't do that. No one's going to like this." So realizing that he gets axed off SNL. Lorne Michaels even appears in the film as well. He plays, well, obviously, the Saturday Night Live guy. The guy who created Saturday Night Live. So it's kind of funny, though, just how interesting it is. Jerry Lawler appears in the film, plays himself, and there's one big wrestling match. Yeah, he really gets into this whole pro wrestling before pro wrestling became a thing. So the battle with Lawler is good, though the hairstyle in that film doesn't match with the hairstyle. There's actually a few special features. There's actually Andy, his story, which is sort of it's part reading. It's kind of like the production notes, reading that. And if you hit Andy's face in that section, you can see archived and bonus footage. Though in the Taxi scene, the writers did not have DeVito's character in it because obviously he was in the movie as a manager, so they just axed him off. The only cast member that does not appear in this, I think I didn't mention this, was Tony Danza. Tony Danza was in Taxi, but not in this movie. All four of them are in it, though. And all four of them look about the same for 1999. In fact, Christopher Lloyd looks about the same as he did in the show. He was a cast member before he would go on to be in the Back to the Future movies, which made him into a star. But it's a really good film. Jim Carrey, man, I watched footage on that special feature and Jim Carrey in the movie. He looks exactly like Andy Kaufman. Perfect choice. This is easily the best movie I watched so far. Not only is this Jim Carrey's best, but he's not playing it up like, I'm going to be Jim Carrey. I'm going to be extremely funny. I'm not going to... He didn't do the whole liar, liar, Batman Forever, where he's just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is not Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is Andy Kaufman. I like how the DVD says, hello, my name is Andy, and this is my DVD. This movie is just, wow. You want to talk about fantastic? This is a movie that should have got Jim Carrey an Oscar nomination. Though he did win a Golden Globe for this, which is surprising because I don't really pay attention to Golden Globes, but wow. And speaking of that special feature, we get spotlight location, Making a Man on the Moon, deleted scenes, which oddly enough, Judd Hirsch did have lines, but didn't film as well to extras. There's a deleted scene where he actually had a line, but I gotta give credit to Milos Forman for getting a heck of a cast. Even likes of, like I said, Jerry Lawler. If you're a big fan of wrestling, there's an old footage of him wrestling. David Letterman appears, but although he was getting up in age, he doesn't look like Letterman from the 80s. Wow. And just 2 music videos, the actual trailer, and the Universal Showcase is just Night Professor 2. Teaser for that. But holy crap. This is one hell of a movie. Like, there isn't foul language. There's one nude scene, so this movie is not for minors. I just wanted to say that, but wow. I've been really hunting a copy down of this for the longest time, and I obtained a copy. And this sucker right here is going on my Universal shelf. It's pretty early, but just like a movie I previously reviewed, The Hard Way, this is easily in my list of the best films. So, I think I said what I said. Like I said, the only problem I had was Jeff Corey. I think that's his name. I'm butchering. He was in the show. He did not look... He was getting up in age. So, Milos Forman or the writers... It was actually written by Scott Alexander, Larry Krasinski. They wrote some great movies. They wrote Ed Wood. They wrote Goosebumps. They wrote The First Problem Child. These guys know how to write, and I could see why. Every movie he has made, they have wrote, was fantastic. They'll write adult movies, family movies, kids movies, whatever they see, whatever they do, they'll write this. I think I said a lot about, but yeah. Do I really need a final verdict? My final verdict is, when all's said and done, please see Man on the Moon. Please see this movie. It is an absolutely highly recommended picture. This is not only Jim Carrey's best, though I will say Courtney Love's in the film, and Paul Giamatti, I forgot to mention, is also in the movie. Wow. R.E.M. does the score. I mean, The Great Beyond is an amazing song. This is in the movie, and Man on the Moon is a great song, but that music video was made before this movie was made. I also like how it even says, on the DVD menu, it says, hello, my name is Andy, and this is my DVD menu. The poster just says, this is my poster. This is actually how you do cover art, and it is available in 4K thanks to Kino Lorber, so I'm glad a lot of people are really taking a look at this film and really giving this a review. Highly recommend it. I can't believe, like I said, I did see some of this on the pay channels many years ago. I remember when this movie came out because of Jim Carrey's hype, and Jim Carrey is just such a fantastic actor. He can do dramas, he can do comedies, he can do family movies. The man can do anything. Heck, he can play Matthew McConaughey on SNL and be that good. But yeah, I love Jim Carrey. Hopefully I'll cover more of his films from Universal. I have Liar Liar, and I'm planning to cover that, but we'll save that one for a later day. For now, I covered this film. So, that's it. I rambled so much. Thank you everybody for watching this. And come back next time. I hope to have a better, not a better review. This movie's great. But hopefully I'll have a new review coming up near the end of the month. So we're going to close out in January with one more movie. I'll see you guys eventually. So this has been Hidden in the Universal Vault. Please like, follow, subscribe. Let me know if you like this movie. Let me know if you've seen the movie. Give me your thoughts. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.